My name is Gita Jackson, and Captain America and Bucky Barnes, or Stucky, is the ship I'm sailing. Bucky Barnes and Steve Rogers are childhood friends and war buddies who were separated for several decades with the use of cryogenic freezing. Steve is chipper and optimistic, Bucky is greasy and surly, and here's why they basically cannot live without each other. Both have lived through the experience of losing themselves, then waking up in a world that is so far removed from what they understood. I am a sucker for childhood friendships, and also tortured we can't be together angst. Cap and Bucky's relationship combines those two things in a way that makes my head spin. No one in the entire world knows Cap like Bucky does, and Cap would do absolutely anything to protect the one last link to the life he had before he was floating in an iceberg. As the Winter Soldier, Bucky, on the other hand, needs someone. Both of them have undergone so much trauma, but Bucky came out far worse for the wear. It's not just that they fit into familiar shipping roles. These two characters need each other in order for their world to make sense. It's basically already a romance, but they won't make it canon, so I'll just look at fan art and be fine. One of my favorite scenes is when Bucky seriously injures Steve in the final fight of the Winter Soldier, and Bucky's like, "Why aren't you leaving?" And Steve says, "I'll stay with you till the end of the line." That was something Bucky once said to Steve before he was Captain America, and that piece of their emotional connection helps Bucky remember who he was. They are the most important people in the world to each other, and only that kind of bond could break Bucky's conditioning. Steve was willing to literally die for him.
Because I'm with you to the end of the line.
He literally can't contemplate living without Bucky, and I love that emotional bond. Comics fandom has had a pretty big sort of queer subsection for a really long time. People read these books and they're queer and they want to see themselves reflected in the work, so they read relationships slightly differently than a straight person would. For me, it makes perfect sense. I mean, it seems like shipper catnip. It totally fits in sort of with the history of shipping as a practice, and also, you know, the desire for queer people to see themselves in the media they consume. So I imagine like them in the grocery store with Steve wanting to get fun stuff, and Bucky always having to remind him that he can't live on Pop-Tarts alone. I feel like their domestic life would be like really sweet and kind, but it would be a lot of Steve buying a puppy and Bucky being like, "But you have to feed a dog."